All right, welcome back. We got a new project today. I want to add in some LED lighting around the coffered ceiling of the room. What I've got is just a basic LED kit. It's got a little remote for it, and we're going to attach it to the edge of the crown molding that goes around this coffered ceiling, and it'll light up on the ceiling above. You can't really see the, here, let me fix the camera so you can see the ceiling. Okay, that's better. So what you can see up here, this color is actually blue. It's called Starry Night, I believe is the name of the color. And I liked it because I was gonna put in that fiber optic, you know, that faux stars you can put in the ceiling with all the fiber optic lights. But I didn't have the ground clearance, or the ceiling height clearance for that up here, because that would have lowered the ceiling several inches and I would have lost the effect of this coffered ceiling that I was trying to do. So we're gonna maybe try to augment that with some LED strips, and I'm gonna put it on this edge, just on the inside edge here, and it will shine on this piece and hopefully light up this and create a perimeter around this part of the room. And so we'll see how it comes out. So here's the kit that we've got, and this is a Govee is the brand. It was like 30 bucks on Amazon. Pretty cheap, pretty simple. The best part about it though is that the back side of these have the adhesive already on there, and I believe that most of them do already, but that's one thing I didn't want to have to mess with, is gluing or taping these down. But these already have that adhesive on there, which is great. There is 2 5-meter rolls, or 16.4 feet, which is great because I'm going to need most of that to do the perimeter of the room. So we got those 2 rolls, and then we've got some additional mounting pieces if you need to put it somewhere where you can't stick that adhesive down. And then they give us those alcohol pads to prep the surface, which is great, getting any dust off of there. This is there is a control here that you can use, or you've got the remote that comes with it. The only thing that we really need to focus on with this is make sure this is exposed so that we can use the remote to talk to this. And then both of the lines plug into here, and then of course the power supply. Now the lines, I mistakenly assumed that it was just one long strip. They're 2 strips, so this comes out of the center, and for those that may matter on, if you were to do something like this, you just know that this has to go, you know, around the room versus just from one end going around in a big circle. So that may not matter to most people, but just in case. So these are all the parts that we're going to need. I think we can go ahead and start getting prepped with getting that surface prepped, and then we can get these put in place. Now here in the back of the room, I've got the power outlet is right up here, so this is where I can plug it in. And what I'm probably going to do is just have the IR sensor, the infrared sensor, just hang down just a little bit, maybe out of this corner here or right behind this projector, so that I can get to it with the remote, but it's not really hanging out and invisible to anybody. And then I can just tug all the wires up here and then start routing the LED strips around this edge all the way around the room. It's dusty up here. That's cleaned off. One step down. All right, the next step, what we should do is we're gonna plug this in and just make sure that the LED lights work before I start installing everything, because if these are dead from on arrival here, there's no point in putting them all up in the ceiling here. So there is a certain way that they go on these ones. There's a little lip on here that there's this little catch on there, so it does make it easy so that you don't plug them in backwards. Okay. Turn that on. Different modes and stuff. Okay, great. So we know that strip works. And we plug in the other one. And it works too. Great. All right, so now what we do with this, I have to figure out how I want to put this, but something where maybe the sensor hangs down here in the corner or something like that, just enough to where I can get it with the remote, this remote. So what we'll do is, I've got some Velcro stickum stuff that I can put over here by the light switches, and I'll just put this with that and I can not lose it. So that's important. Also with this, I don't really need access to this part. Just the sensor is all I really need. So I can go ahead and tuck this up here behind everything, and then plug the lights in to here when we're ready. So let's get started. Let's start putting these in. So we'll start taking this off the reel and start laying it up inside here, and we can stick it as we go because I know where it's going to lay inside here, and we'll just work our way all the way around the rim of this room. This last part is a little tricky. So every, I don't know, 4 inches or whatever, it gives you a place to cut the LED string, and you can just cut it there. You don't have to tape or anything, just cut it off and you're done. However, the LEDs, where they finish, they're gonna overlap each other. So I think the best way to do this is to cut one of them and then run it around to where the other one ends and cut that one. And I think we should be able to get away with having them kind of end in the right spot and not need to tape one over or whatever. So let's see if we can do that. All right, let's plug it in and see how we did. Okay, drum roll. So I got the sensor back in the corner, and so we'll see if this lights up pretty good. Haha! All right, that actually works out pretty good. I was a little concerned that it would highlight the backs of these can lights back there behind this front cover, but you really can't see it. If anything, it kind of pulls your eyes away from those being back there, and that works out really well. Now I'm not going to go to all the various modes and tell you guys about that. You guys can get your own string of lights and figure out which ones work best for you. I picked these because they were 30 bucks, and I put a set of these just like these in my son's room around the perimeter of his room, and he likes that a lot, so I figured I'd do them for here. And there's lots of different, ooh, let me turn the lights off, see how this looks. Ooh, oh yeah. So this is a pulsing kind of a color changing, because it's kind of hard to see with the camera. But anyways, okay, well, enough of that. Okay, that worked out pretty good. I liked how that came out. And really, guys, for $30, come on, that worked out fantastic. Pretty even light all the way around. Yeah, easy modification, kind of fun, something to jazz up the room a little bit. This came out good. All right, thank you for watching. Hey, you know what, if you have any other suggestions, one guy mentioned, actually a couple people mentioned about moving my front speakers, which in a previous video I had shown where the speakers are behind the screen here. Talked about moving those out to give her a wider stage, and then moving the subs more towards the middle. I may do something like that. I still have to put the speakers in these speaker towers still, which I talked about in the previous video. I still got some stuff to do. But if you've got some more ideas, I'd love to hear it, because this was one of the ideas. Like I said, I wanted to do that starry night kind of ceiling thing, and I ended up giving up on that because of some constraints that I had with the ceiling. And somebody had mentioned this, and I thought, you know what, I just done that in my son's room. I bet I could do it here, and for $30, this is great. I like it a lot. Yeah, all right, thanks for sticking with me. We'll see you in the next one.